You got to kind of keep the law. I put kind of in there because most of them realize they can't keep it, although some claim they can. But let me just show you one little thing. Under Old Testament law, if you work on the Sabbath in the Israelite community, what is to be done with that person? Right. So part of keeping the law, everyone, are the judgments. They don't keep their judgments. But no one's stoning people in their community. And guess what? When you get to the New Testament, you have a situation where a guy's doing some strange stuff in Corinth. Remember that? What's Paul say? Let's kill that man. He says, just don't have nothing to do with him. Excommunicate him. So that's the way it's done now in the community. It's not stoning people. Again, showing changes in the law. That we're in a new covenant community. But my point is, I say, you got to kind of keep the law. They act like keeping the law. Sometimes I joke and say, you guys, most of you don't keep the law. To you, keeping the law is wearing fringes and not eating bacon. And that's not really keeping the law. A lot of times then maybe they'll have a couple more things. That a lot of times that's kind of what it really means to them. And, the passages about food laws they get bogged down in. Jesus did say, Mark says, by saying this, Jesus declared all foods clean. They'll say, well, yeah, but they never considered pig food. An interesting thing to do with that is go to Genesis 9, where they come out of the ark. Yahweh says to Noah, you can eat everything that walks on the ground now. And they'll say, oh, does that mean people? So you can eat people? So they can't mean that, right? So the Noahic covenant, if you read it, God says, okay, now you guys can eat stuff. And they'll say, oh, does that mean roaches? I'm like, if you wanted to eat roaches under that, yes, you could. Some people eat roaches. I don't eat roaches, right? Some of you guys just smoke roaches. But, you got to kind of keep the law. Fifthly, the fifth common belief they share, Christianity is pagan. They'll point to the Sabbath. They'll say Constantine started introducing Sunday worship. Not true, by the way. They'll say the Trinity. They'll also say Constantine invented the Trinity. Not true, by the way. They'll say Christianity is pagan because one of your fundamental things is Easter. Since when was a fundamental thing Easter? Now, if you mean resurrection, if you mean celebrating the resurrection, yes, but Easter, that's an American cultural thing. You can do it or not do it. Don't get distracted by Jesus. Now, some people have different views of that. Okay. But the views that they usually promote are false. I'll just tell you one. The Ishtar thing, where they say it sounds like Easter, it's simply not true. When you actually look at who Ishtar was, the goddess, and read about it, there has nothing. It just sounds similar. It literally just sounds similar. So they say Easter comes from Ishtar. It does not. It doesn't have anything to do with it. It just sounds similar. But they're convinced because they've been told. They hunt out some pamphlet and try to tell you. Now, you get a view on that. If you believe you shouldn't do egg hunts, that's okay. This is a cultural, this is where I believe the freedom of the Christian comes in, right? It's not getting drunk on St. Patrick's Day. That's different, right? But stuff like this. But it's like, no, it's the resurrection. Or they'll say Christmas. The Bible never says he was born December 25th. But we know this. They act like we don't know nothing. Right? We know Jesus was born. Here's the day. We end up celebrating it. You guys celebrate whatever else. We're celebrating the incarnation. Right? They don't like all that, though. They think this is just an excuse for you to do pagan stuff and really you're worshiping a Christmas tree. When Jeremiah says don't, and I'm saying, so they act like Jeremiah was writing against actual Christmas trees. When you read Jeremiah, because Jeremiah talks about, but he's talking about obviously idols when you read it, but they say, no, it's a Christmas tree. But the Christmas tree didn't even exist then. And then the question is, well, is it wrong to have plants in your house or just that plant? Or only if it's during that time of the season? Do you see what I'm saying?